I fucking updated OBS and it literally broke everything. Like, I updated OBS and quite literally every single element of it. I was like, oh, you know, yesterday I opened up OBS to like check things, you know, because my computer had a weird reset a couple days ago where it like reset a few things, and I wanted to make sure, like, oh, let me make sure it still works. And now it like changed the whole layout. The layout is different. The sources look different. Everything looks different. I don't like it. I don't like it. And also it disconnected a bunch of stuff, so I'm probably gonna have to do a big old check. I'm gonna have to do a big old check for things. Anyway, hello, hi, welcome back. It's me, Zett. It's been over a week since I streamed. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Rin. Big R's in the chat. Big names starting with RY in the chat. Hi, asshole. The streamer. That's right, the streamer. Can you tell I'm a little bit sick? I might be sick. I don't know if I'm sick. Okay, my voice sounds fucked up. Okay, context. If you don't follow me on socials, I was at a concert over the weekend. I went to the Hololive, Kiara Ina Duo Live Drawn to Dawn over the weekend. I was there in person. That's what I went off and did. Wow, I really just cannot make any expressions, huh? That's fine, whatever. Anyway, I went to Drawn to Dawn over the weekend, and it was really, really fun. I had a ton of fun. I got to meet a bunch of really cool people. I kept secret. I have a separate fan account for online stuff involving Hololive, so that's why I also kind of disappeared off of Twitter and Discord for a bit because I was on my alt. But basically, I screamed and cheered and was in line and just going around partying so much over the weekend that I lost my voice. It's better now than it was. If you were in the Discord, I wonder if I can. Let me see if I can get that. Hang on. Let me find it. Let me see if I can play for you this this little thing. Hang on. I am going to play for you the clip I posted to my own Discord of how I sounded. Hang on, where is it? Here's the clip. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? Hang on. Let's see if this plays.
It gets worse. It gets so much worse. Don't worry. I just woke up and it's significantly worse now. But, you know, stream tonight at the normal time, guys. Wow.
That's what I sounded like on Monday. So I sound quite a bit it's bad. It's bad again. I sound quite a bit better right now, but I still don't sound great. I'm gonna cough real quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna mute. So yeah, I was pretty bad. I sounded pretty rough. Obviously, sound a lot better now. You know, I'm nowhere near as dying, but it's still it's still not great. So if book club gets canceled on Friday, I'm sorry. And the reason I posted I might have COVID because somebody I hung around with so someone I hung around with over the weekend did also get they might have COVID. They're symptomatic, but like I know what's it called? I know that like COVID takes like a week to manifest after you get it, so I might have it, I might not. I don't know. I could just be fatigued. There's like a week-long period after something like this where it's kind of just normal fatigue hitting, but yeah, anyway, hi. I'm gonna talk about the concert, but first I want to talk about a different thing that happened while I was gone. I think it literally happened either Friday or Thursday while I was gone, which is I had a scheduled post. I had a post scheduled for, when did I have it scheduled? I had it scheduled to go up on Friday at 11 a.m. I have last year, actually, I scheduled a post to go up on Friday at 11 a.m. Like a full year ago, I made this post. Let me see if I can go find it. Zett lives. Hi, Cordelia. Hi. Yeah, I'm alive, if you can call it that. Anyway, yeah, no, it's fine. Last year around this time, I saw a bunch of people making like letters to themselves and stuff, and it's like, oh, I'm making a letter to myself and I'm scheduling it for a year later. And every time I would go into my Twitter drafts and kind of check things I had scheduled, I'd see this kind of hanging out at the bottom there. And I made a point not to read it or look at it since then. I did read it the other day, just after I got home, just so I would know what I was getting into, but I thought I'd also read it on stream, because this is a little remnant of Zett from last year. I'm gonna pop it open here and we'll check it out. Hey, check this out. Check this thing out. Wow. Okay, let me try to make this bigger. It's kind of hard to make this bigger because it's not exactly the best. Here we go. Okay, I can have it down here. Okay, so this was a Discord. Oh god. Okay, this was a Discord. I typed this out in like my personal private Discord that's just me, myself, and I, that I use to send files sometimes. But yeah, this was a letter I wrote to myself last year. So I'm gonna read it aloud for chat, and we'll get to experience it together. I wanted to make a little time capsule for myself to see in a year's time, because I saw other people doing it and I'm stealing it, haha. I literally just sent the payment for my live 2D model, so hopefully I've debuted by now, or else this would be really embarrassing. Hey, 2.5 weeks out ain't that bad, right? It'd be more embarrassing if I hadn't announced I was debuting yet, okay? Okay. That would have been significantly more embarrassing if I like hadn't even announced it yet. I've announced it at least. If I'm being honest, I've been getting that feeling of burnout again and wanted to take a break sometime soon. Let me make this a bit smaller so it'll actually fit on screen. But who knows if I actually will. I have goals with my content I'm not sure I'm making great strides towards, so I'm wanting to focus in sometime soon. Last week I made an attempt to do that by starting a series called Doomwad Wednesdays, which may not be long dead at this point. I think it literally died the week after I wrote this. I think it literally died immediately after I wrote this letter. If that move didn't work, but such is life. I enjoy variety streaming a lot, but I worry about how it affects my growth. At this point, I haven't had any substantial growth in about 3 months, which certainly doesn't feel good. Lamau, haha. I wonder about my content and what kind of direction I should or even could take. As much as I try to focus on retro and horror stuff, I feel like I don't enjoy it enough to become a proper fanatic that people would enjoy watching. As it stands, I don't really have anything I enjoy, so solely enough I could reasonably make it the center of what I do. All I can think of is writing, which doesn't exactly work well for streaming. Then again, maybe by the time I'm posting this, I'll have figured it out. Or maybe I'll be graduated. God, wouldn't that be fucked up to graduate within a year of even getting my live 2D paid for? That's a bit bleak, though. I wonder just as much what my community looks like after another year. So many new people who I consider mainstays in my chat only found me in the last year. So even imagining people beyond that is hard. I mentioned, but not really committed yet to cracking down on some of the worst behavior in my chat. Hopefully I've done that by now. If not, this will be a reminder to do that. I've kind of done that. I've kind of done that a tiny bit. I've been putting my foot down a bit more here and there. Timing people out when they're rude, I think, maybe. I'm having to like crane my neck over this message. Oh, geez. Oh, this is a fun little spoiler. I applied to a corpo about 2 weeks before writing this. Haha, I did that. I didn't get in, obviously, but I think it was a really good experience just to send in an application at all. For the record, this was not VShojo. This message I wrote before everything with VShojo happened last year, but this was also not VShojo I applied to. This was like a small indie corpo. I applied to that I wasn't really a good fit for, but I wanted to try applying anyway because it seemed fun. Didn't get it, obviously, but I think it was a really good experience overall, just to send an application. It made me think a lot harder about what I want to do and how I want to do it, and it gave me some goals to aim for that are a bit more concrete. Aside from being concrete, they're also admittedly inexpensive to do, unlike that model I bought. Oof. As I'm writing this, I've actually got a bunch of tabs open on Vija trying to find a rigger, since Big Boo's working kind of insanely fast. I'm scared of her. I'm still kind of scared of her. This was kind of funny though, because it ended up getting delayed after this for like 6 months. Like right after I wrote this. And I did find a rigger. Yay! Thank you, Kai. I'm coughing a lot because I just woke up. I think that by the time this gets posted again, I'll probably be struggling with burnout and stagnation. I wish I had advice for future me, but I'm not even sure how to deal with it right now. I guess it's for the both of us to figure out. It's impossible for me to know where the rest of this year is gonna bring. So, if nothing else, it's something I can enjoy as much as I did the year before. Not sure what else to put here. Hope you're eating your vegetables. Idiot, you get headaches when you don't. I had instant noodles with dried vegetables right before stream. So take that, 2025 Zett. Take that. I had instant pho that had some green and orange bits in it. Take that. Haha. But yeah, that was a little letter I wrote to myself last year. That was the letter I wrote to myself last year around this time. Kind of just detailing where I was. I feel like I'd like to write another letter to myself. I don't know. I feel like I'd like to wait to write another letter until after debut. You know, I feel like that's the big thing that's about to come up. So that'd be more fun, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I need to cough again. I'm really sorry. I don't know. My throat's kind of fucked up. Okay, though. But yeah, this was a fun little letter I wrote to myself. I haven't done as much since this. I most of this still applies. I still don't really know what I want to do. But you know, I'm getting there. We're getting there. I am certainly eating better nowadays. I haven't had a lack of vegetables headache in a long time because I've been, what's it called? I've been eating well. I've been eating fiber. I've been eating beans. I actually just bought, yesterday I bought a bag of, what's it called? Nutritional yeast. It actually arrived this morning, and I added it to the soup I made, and it was really tasty. It's got fiber and protein in it. It's got like really good ratios of fiber and protein, actually, which is kind of surprising, but yeah, it's really good. It makes things I added it to my instant pho, and it made it kind of thick and funky in a good way. But yeah, I don't know. I think about this sometimes. I guess this is also kind of a spoiler for who my new model artist is, but I also feel like it's not a spoiler because I feel like it's pretty obvious. I feel like it's kind of obvious. And as for the Doom Wad Wednesday thing on this, that didn't work out, but like 2 months after I wrote this, I did start the VLIT book club, which kind of filled the same niche, I feel like, except it was something I actually was passionate about and enjoy. So, you know, it worked out. It worked out in the end, you know. In the end, I think it worked out better even because I actually enjoy the book club. The book club has merch. Can you believe it? My first merch was from the book club. That's crazy. Anyway, though, let's get this out of here. Let's remove this from the screen, and we'll come back to that later. Anyway, now, I guess I should chat about my weekend, huh? Do I have anything else to chat about? Oh, I do want to chat about this. Also, I am dying. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm sorry I sound like this, but kind of nothing for it. There was a fucking situation at my job. This is one of those things where it's like, I'm not sure if I should talk about it, but also I feel like this is private enough that I can't really be doxxed over it. Turns out while I was away on my little vacation, there was an FBI raid at my job. Apparently, the FBI showed up to my job looking for some of the people who live in my building. And it's some of the people I've, like, interacted with somewhat frequently. And so I'm kind of sitting here like, well, like, I got into work yesterday, you know, when I said hi to my coworker, I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? You know, what did I miss? Haha. Miss anything good? Miss any good weirdos on the cameras? And she looked at me like, oh, yeah, well, we did have the FBI show up. And I was like, are you serious? And she was like, yeah, they showed up looking for homeowners and they showed their badges and everything. It was crazy. And I was like, what? Why were they looking for homeowners? And she was like, yeah, I don't know, but they were. Ain't that funny? And I'm like, oh, really? That's kind of scary. What the fuck? But yes, that's that was the most significant thing that happened when I got back. Other than that, I basically spent the last 3 days since I got home, I basically spent in bed. With the exception of going to work. Obviously, I've barely left bed. I've, like, gone from my bed to my computer, and that's kind of it, and I've been ordering takeout. Excuse me, I'm taking my pills. Because I just remembered I should be doing that. But yeah, I've been basically comatose the last 2 days. It's been pretty rough. It's been kinda crazy. It's been kinda like, just, I've been exhausted. When I first got home and, like, you know, got off the plane, I was tired, but I wasn't, like, in horrible pain. My feet really hurt because I was standing in line a long time. We'll get to that, but I basically got home and I was like, wow, I feel really tired. I'm gonna go to bed. When I woke up on Monday, I genuinely could not move for like an hour. Like, I had to just lay in bed for probably around an hour, just like taking in the fact that my entire body was sore. And then, like, as soon as I woke up, I recorded that voice message that I played at the start of stream. That was just me being completely fucked. Because I cheered the entire weekend. I spent the entire weekend screaming basically every opportunity I was given, which was scary, but you know, I was pretty fucked. I wound up, I think I was awake a grand total of like 10 hours on Monday. Like, I woke up probably around 5 p.m. Kind of rolled, you know, laid in bed for a while, rolled out of bed, went and I ordered takeout. I ordered some Indian food. I got a butter lamb and garlic naan with a mango lassi, which, you know, the basics, the basic white bitch food, the basic white bitch order from an Indian place. It's the basic order because it's good, or I suppose the basic order is butter chicken, but I wanted lamb because it seemed tasty, and it was. But yes, I had that, and then I I had a bowl of ice cream, and then I sat on my computer for a bit, and then I went back to bed. That was actually a really gross thing that happened when I got home. I have like an electric toothbrush, right? And the package on the toothbrush said I'm supposed to replace the head every 3 months, but I was kind of like, I'd replace a normal toothbrush head like every 5 months, so I think it should be fine if I hold on to it for a bit. And I guess not using it over the weekend caused it to kind of crust up a bit, because when I got home and I went to like rinse off the top before I brushed, a bunch of black stuff fell off of it, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, that's fine. I just have to give it a little scrub. Right? No, I pulled the head off that thing and it was black on the inside, and I was like, oh, fuck, that's not good. And so I had to kind of throw it away, and so I've been brushing my teeth with my travel toothbrush for the last 2 days. And today I got a bunch of new heads in the mail, and I got a pack of 12 for like $8 from some third-party company, which I'm really happy about because it means I can actually replace it every 3 months now. You know, that's probably going to be really good for me. Yeah, that was a fucking scary-ass thing to come home to and just be like, oh shit, okay. I also haven't started I'm slowly trying to get back into the normal routine I have, but I've been so tired that it's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to go to the gym tonight. I'm going to be totally honest. I think the gym's not happening tonight. I'm going to try to go to the gym tomorrow maybe, but tonight it's just, not seeming like it's going to be a thing I can do, you know? But it's fine, you know? It's fine. I'll be fine. But yeah, my great big wonderful trip. I'll basically walk through the entire timeline of how it went, because it immediately kind of started. My trip kind of started just immediately with me fucking up. My thought process was that, yeah, right, my departing flight from my home state to LA was like 6 a.m. on Thursday morning, and my thought was, okay, I will go to bed at like 3 p.m. on Wednesday and wake up at like 8 that same night, and then I will go to the gym and work out, and I will be so tired from working out that I will be able to go to the airport and pass out really easily on my flight, right? That was the plan. That was my great big brain plan. That didn't work. That didn't work at all, because I scheduled a fucking budget flight. I scheduled like this super budget flight that like an airline called Frontier, and the seats were so uncomfortable and so cramped that I literally just could not sleep on them whatsoever. It was like, they were hard, they were stiff, they didn't recline, and the seat space was not enough for my legs to even really fit. So I was just fucked. I was just awake and uncomfortable. And so I was like, okay, this is fine. Then I had a layover over in Denver, and it was the sketchiest fucking airport I think I've ever been to. It was like, it was kind of crazy. They made us board the plane. They made us unboard and board the plane on the tarmac, like outside. Like they had to roll up this set of fucking stairs for us to get on the plane. And it was really crazy. And I was like, wow, this is really fucking sketchy. What the fuck? And the airport itself was like this tiny fucking building. And when I went outside to board my, connecting flight, I could see across the fucking tarmac, there was like a different airport that had normal boarding gates and shit that like were enclosed and stuff. And I was like, what the? They sent us to like the poor people side of the airport. What the fuck? Like, huh? And yeah, that wasn't nice. That wasn't great. And then for whatever reason, that airplane had like more legroom, which was nice, but I got seated next to like a father and his like little kid who looked like he was like 4 or 5. And for whatever reason, his kid kept touching me. And I was like, I was trying to be chill about it because I was like, oh, this is like a 5-year-old. I don't want to be a fucking asshole. But it's like, initially it was just like the kid kept rubbing the back of his hand against my arm, and his dad would reach over and be like, hey, stop that. But eventually the kid started slapping me, like slapping my fucking arm. And I was like, he was a 5-year-old, so it didn't hurt or anything, but it was just like, he was like eating. He was eating like fucking Doritos and slapping me with his Dorito hands. And I was like, this is really fucking gross. This is gross. What the fuck? Oh, hi, asshole. Welcome back. You came back to my story about how on my connecting flight, a little kid was fucking touching me the entire time, like slapping my arm. And he kept doing it, and his dad kept telling him not to. And I think that made it worse because he like, initially it was just like, I think he was just like stimming. Like he was just like reaching his arm out and like doing some stim shit or whatever. It's like, whatever. But after his dad told him not to, I think he started doing it intentionally to like get at his dad. And eventually when he started just slapping me, his dad like picked him up and fucking switched seats with him. He was like, yeah, I'm really sorry. And I was like, okay, whatever. He switched seats at least. I don't have to worry about this anymore. I can go, I can just sit down, I guess. I can be chill. After we landed, the dad got up to get their luggage, and immediately, from I was at the window seat, the kid was in the aisle seat, the kid reached across from the fucking aisle seat and just started touching my arm. Like, not even like stimming, like he just reached over the fucking touch, like not slap me, just touch my arm with his full fucking hand, and he stared at me and smiled, like I said, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? And he stopped before his dad noticed, and that was the end of it. You know, I got off the plane after that. But it was just like, what the fuck? What the hell is going on? And then I got off my plane and I was in LA. And LA was really nice. Like I said, I was there for the Hollow Live concert. So I actually, since I'm in like the Hollow fan discords, I went around in there and I met up with a group of folks, other fans, and we all shared an Uber to Koreatown, where basically everyone was staying at hotels in Koreatown. So it was like, oh, we'll just drop ourselves off in the center of Koreatown, and then all our hotels are like the same distance from there. So that's what we did. We got to see the wheel turn, got to see the cool billboard. I took photos, but a lot of them are very identifying, so I'm not going to show them too much. If you go on Twitter and just look up the hashtag Drawn to Dawn, you will probably see like basically everything I saw. You might even see me. you might even spot me if you you know, you won't know it was me, but you might see me in some. You'll probably see me in some of those photos because I was near the front of the line both days. Both days I lined up. The concert started at 8 p.m. and I lined up on both days at noon. So I stood in line for a grand total, or I didn't stand the whole time. I sat a lot of the time too, but I waited in line for about 16 hours total. And then there was probably another 4 hours where I was just either walking around or standing in other lines for stuff or standing for the concert. So I basically was on my feet for minimum of like 23 hours that weekend. And so long it is so long, but there was a bunch of people lining up that early and they were all like chatting, fucking around with each other, having fun. So it wasn't exactly boring to sit in line for 8 hours a day. It was actually like some of the most fun I had at there, but winding back, I wound up checking into my hotel, and I actually didn't stay at a hotel. I stayed at a hostel, which is the first time I've stayed at a hostel. Which is, if you don't know what a hostel is, it's kind of like a prison dormitory. It's like a house with a bunch of different. It's like a hotel, but instead of having separate rooms, it's like 10 beds in a single room, and they're all twins, and you get a locker and like a curtain to cover your bed so you have some privacy. And it was an experience. I stayed there because it was $20 a night. Which was kind of hard to beat. You know, I paid under $100 for my entire stay in LA, which is pretty good. For LA, that's pretty good, I think. But man, was it not comfortable. Like, if somebody moved in their bed even slightly, like if they just turned over in bed, it creaked so fucking loud. Also, because I was in a room with all men, there was snoring. Like non-stop snoring, to the point where the only way I could sleep is if I turned on the AC in the room, which was loud and rattly, but it muffled the sound of all the different snoring. So it was kind of like really harsh white noise. But it worked out. I was able to sleep, which was good. That was the first day. You know, that was also just a fucked up hostel. Like, one of the toilets, they had, on the first floor, there were, I think, 4 bathrooms. One of the bathrooms was just a toilet, like basically in a closet, and also that toilet was missing the seat. There was a sink outside the bathroom, but it was broken. One of the bathrooms had a shower, but if you turned the handle too far in the shower, it would fall off. The other bathroom had a shower that had like a stone floor, and a bunch of the stones were loose and would just like knock around in the shower while you tried to, you know, get your business done. And also in that one, the lights would turn off after 5 minutes unless they were motion activated, and the motion sensors did not extend to the shower, so you would have to like step out of the shower after 5 minutes and like wave your arm around to get the lights back on. Also, they had signs in all the bathrooms saying not to flush toilet paper, which, sorry to say, I didn't follow that fucking rule. I obviously, they were like, oh, put your toilet paper in the trash bin instead. And I was like, I'm not gonna fucking do that. Like, no. So, yeah. And one of the advertisements they had for the hostel was like, oh, we will give you free breakfast, right? Free breakfast was from 8 a.m. to 11. And I was like, oh, cool. Maybe I save some money on buying food while I'm in LA. The free breakfast was fucking white bread and peanut butter. And they had like a pot of coffee that maybe still had coffee by the time you woke up, maybe didn't. But when I woke up on Friday, I wound up actually just going to Denny's. I went to Denny's with a small group. We hung around, we chatted. I took a picture. I will show, I have one photo I think I can show. Let me find it. I posted it in the American Oshikatsu group chat I have with the group I'm going to Offkai with. Where the hell is it? Where the hell is it? Oh no, I didn't post in that one. I posted it in the, oh, I posted in the book club. That's right. I did post it in the book club. I forgot because we were talking about American Oshikatsu in the book club Discord. Okay, so here it is. Here's I took this photo at Denny's. That was an iced coffee, and the one Kiara acrylic I brought, which was a little keychain I got at a con. Very cute. I like it a lot. And that was the one and only photo. This is like the only photo you're gonna see. This is like the only photo you're gonna see for my weekend trip because everything else is compromising. It is cute, yeah. I actually got a ton of freebies just from walking around. Like, I took a photo of all the I wonder if I can show the photo of all the freebies I got actually. Let me go on, let me see. This is something I post on my alt, but I feel like it's not compromising enough to really fuck me over. Let me just check. Is there anything compromising in here? No, there's not. Okay, I'll just post this. This was all, this is a really tiny image. This was everything I got just from standing in line, like completely for free. Like I did not pay for anything in this image. This was all just stuff that was given to me because I lined up super early. Yeah, this is like a bunch of different groups, bunch of stickers, bunch of buttons, keychains. On the first day I went out for Korean barbecue with a big group of people. And some guy there was like having us do gacha, and that's how I got the that's how I got the Nikkei Kiara. And he was like, "Oh, here you go. You won the gacha. Here's your prize." And it was that, and I was like, "Fucking okay, all right." And then down in the bottom right, some guy in line was handing out packs of the Hololive card game, and so he gave me one, and the best card I got was the sort of foil Shion, so that was nice. The stickers, sort of middle bottom here, were from the Drawn to Dawn Day 3 after party, which I went to. That was really fun. And everything else is like postcards and stickers and buttons and the confetti they shot out of cannons at the end of it. Yeah, it was really, really fun. I enjoyed being there immensely. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna actually go on my alt Twitter to like try and get a good idea of the timeline of events that took place. Yeah, so basically, moving on, after I went to Denny's, I like went back to the hostel for like a couple of minutes, did some quick hygiene stuff, and then I went and stood in line. Then I got in line. I was probably, on day one, I was probably one of the first 50 people in line, give or take. Like, I was basically right at the front. Because nobody was crazy enough to line up at noon. Some people were crazy enough to line up at 8 a.m. though. Apparently a bunch of the Korean fans, like, got off their flight, dropped their stuff off at the hotel, and went immediately to get in line at like 8 in the morning, which was pretty crazy to me. Not quite what I would have done, but you know what? It's pretty real. And then the rest of the day was just like hanging out with people in line, like chatting with folks, you know, getting to know other fans, sharing our socials, getting freebies, getting food. Like, there was a lot of free food being passed out in that line. Like, day 2 especially. Day 1, I kind of didn't eat much of anything. Like, I ate the Denny's for breakfast, and then that was kind of it. I didn't really eat. Again, I had, like, some water, right? People were giving out water bottles. What did I have? I had Denny's. Then I had, like, a bottle of tea I bought at the store before I lined up. Then I had a bottle of water. And that was it. And then after that, I didn't eat. Basically, I ate Denny's, and then I did not eat again until, like, fucking 2 a.m. the next day. Like, I ate at 10 a.m., had Denny's, then didn't eat till 2 a.m. that night when I bought a burrito at a taco stand in the middle of the road. So I was kind of fucking crashing out by the end of the day, but it's like, you know, the adrenaline kept me going for the most part. But yeah, I stood in line for a while. If you kept up with what was going on with the concert online, you would know that the venue had really bad delays because security was not expecting the sold out show to actually have everyone who bought a ticket to show up. I guess they were expecting like 30% of ticket holders to be scalpers who wouldn't show up. So it took, concert was supposed to start at 8. It did not start until about 9 p.m. It was pretty fucking rough. Like, I was literally one of the first people in the general entry line, and we did not get in until well after 8 p.m. Pretty fucked up. I heard a lot of people didn't get to see the first couple acts. Yeah, it's like, you shouldn't have to do that. These assholes at the Wilter did that. Also, the security at the Wilter wasn't even good. They, like, came up to me and said they were going to confiscate some stuff that I was wearing as, like, oshikatsu. And then they didn't confiscate it when I went through their fucking metal detectors and security. And it's like, okay, so you guys are just fucking around. You guys are just taking forever here for nothing, I guess. But then I got to see day 1 of the concert, and it was the best. It was amazing. It was wonderful. I loved it. I had such a good time, and then I left and immediately went to the after party they were having, where I had my first drink in like a year, and I had to keep clarifying to people when I was like, oh, I haven't drank in like a year. I had to keep clarifying. I was like, it's not for any particular reason though. I don't not drink for any particular. I just think it's really expensive, and I don't enjoy being drunk. There's no other reason I don't drink. I'm not like a recovering alcoholic. It's totally fine that I'm having a shot of shochu and a cocktail. Okay. I don't not drink for bad reasons. But I had a nice little, I went up to the bar at the after party and I asked for Jaeger bomb initially because I was like, I just want something quick that's gonna get me drunk. And then he came up back, he was like, I don't have anything, we don't have Jaeger bombs. And I was like, okay, shit, just surprise me with something strong. And he gave me something with cranberry in it, and it wasn't actually that strong, and he charged me like $20 for it. So I was kind of pissed. I was kind of like, okay, I guess. And I was kind of reminded of why I don't drink because, like, of stuff like that. But I stayed at that party till about 2:30 in the morning, dancing, chanting some more. I think the biggest reason I lost my voice over the weekend was because of Ina's song, Taco Takeover, which played whenever the instrumental, or just whenever somebody played that in line or at a party, everyone in the room would start doing the chants, including me. And it meant that pretty regular, probably at least once an hour, I was just screaming my lungs out to that song. Yeah, from the streamer to the screamer, yeah. But I was screaming that shit so much. Like, I screamed my lungs out when they played the instrumental during, like, the waiting period at the concert. on day 1. And then when we got to day 2, I don't know if any of y'all watched the concert, like either the free portion or the full concert online. Kind of doesn't do justice to how loud that room became when Taco Takeover played. It was kind of fucking like, it was kind of the most energy I think I've ever seen in a room, like bar none. Like, it felt like the building was going to collapse from how loud and excited people were. And I was one of them. I was also loud and excited. But it was just like, wow. It's like, it was like the ultimate fucking edging session of just like people being ready to go for it the entire time. But we'll get back to day 2. Basically, after the party ended, I got a burrito. I ate maybe half of it sitting outside my hostel. And then I tried to go to bed, but only got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. I woke up and I basically went right. There was a group photo on day 2, which if you see that group photo online, you will see me in that photo somewhere. If you look around, one of those faces is me. You're not going to be able to figure out which one it is, obviously, but one of them is me. I mean, some people could figure. The people who've literally met me IRL, like Stella and V, would be able to figure out which one was me. But also, I literally was sending them photos of the event as it was happening, so it was like, yeah, okay, they know who I am. They've seen my face. But after that, for that day, I did actually go with the free hostel breakfast. I took 2 slices of white bread, slapped some fucking peanut butter in between them, and just had a peanut butter sandwich for my breakfast. And then I got in line. And I did eat a lot more that day. I wound up going to CVS and chugging a fucking Gatorade. Like, I literally inhaled that thing in like a minute flat. And then day 2 was the big food day in line. Like, day 2, a lot of folks were just handing out food in line, myself included. Like, I met up with one guy and we went and got donuts to hand out in the front of the line, you know? Then there were Ina fans, a bunch of tacos walking around handing out cookies to people. I got roped into handing out pizza with a guy who was really cool, who sold me his fucking Narissa M-Rage jacket, which was pretty cool, so now I own that. I paid like $120 for it in line. I don't regret it at all. That said, it is a size too small for me. So it's a size too small for me. So my goal is now to like lose as much weight as possible to be able to fit into it by winter. Cause it's like, I'm not gonna be able to wear the thing again until winter. So I've got basically like what? It's April now. I've got like 8 months to be able to fit into this thing more or less, which I think I can probably do, you know? But yeah, there was a lot of food just getting handed out that day. And then we got in and they still delayed, but they actually started at a more reasonable time and everyone was in the venue before they started this time. So, you know, a bit better, I suppose. And yeah, then day 2 was Taco Take. Day 2 was the big fucking day. Day 2 was the day where it's like, okay, you're gonna scream your lungs out today, and then you're gonna fucking cry at the MCs and Blue and Gold, you little fucking dumbass. You're gonna cry, you're gonna bawl your fucking eyes out, and then your throat's gonna hurt. And I'm gonna be like, okay. And then after day 2, you know, at the end of day 1, my feet were fucking killing me. At the end of day 2, I did not know if I would be able to walk. Like, I was basically limping home that day. And I stopped to get some tacos, something called Tacos Abuela from a little stand. It was delicious. It was amazing. I completely forgot to get like salsa for it though. So I was just eating it like straight raw dry. Still really good despite that, but yeah. That's the one thing I miss from being in LA is that I wish I'd eaten more food. I wish I'd eaten more like street food because I really did not get much. There were hot dog vendors going around the fucking line like the entire time we were out there actually trying to sell hot dogs. And there was some guy selling like bootleg merch for the like bootleg Drawn to Dawn merch. That was the craziest thing I saw because that's like, it was obviously a ton of people, but I figured like VTubing is still like such a small niche that like bootleggers wouldn't really know how to make merch, but they did. They had like bootleg fucking merch they were selling, and I was like, shit, okay, that's kind of crazy. Wow, maybe this is bigger than we thought. But yeah, after day 2, I was so tired. There were a bunch of groups going out for karaoke, but I was like, I'm exhausted. I'm going to just get some food and go back to the hostel. And my ideal was to be in bed by like midnight. Didn't happen because a huge group of people who were also staying at the hostel came back, and we all sat around the table outside chatting till like 3 in the morning. It was great though. It was fantastic. I loved it. I loved every second of it. And then I woke up on Sunday, and it was like the pain was slowly starting to set in, but it didn't set up entirely. And also, you know, there was another after party on Sunday I still had to go to, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna power through still. And somebody actually mentioned while we were chatting Sunday morning, like, Sunday morning I went out for breakfast with my sister. Like, she lives around the LA area, so I texted her. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be in LA. Do you want to get food on, do you want to get like breakfast together on Sunday? And she was like, yeah, let's get breakfast. And so we went and got breakfast Sunday from some place called Egg Tuck. But also, like I was saying, the group I was chatting with, one of the guys was just like, oh yeah, well, yeah, my feet were hurting, but I just took an Advil and it was fine. And it was like my fucking third eye was open. I was like, oh my God, I could have just taken a fucking Advil before the concert, and I wouldn't have been in extreme pain the entire time. What the fuck? What the fuck? I could have just taken an Advil. Like, it didn't even occur to me. Like, in my head, I was like, oh yeah, my feet are just gonna be in like extreme pain. My feet are gonna be bruised and swollen for like 3 days. But that's just the cost of going to a concert, you know? It didn't even occur to me that I could take a fucking Advil. I was like sitting there like, oh my God, I'm fucking stupid. Like, no wonder I was like the only person in fucking horrible pain. I was the only person who hadn't thought to take an Advil. What the fuck? But yeah, after that I went to, I think it was called Egg Tuck, some breakfast spot. They fucked up my order, and I wound up getting I got a breakfast burrito, but they fucked up my order and didn't give me avocado in it, so I wound up getting a second burrito for free. And normally I'd be like more cagey about it. I'd be like kind of, oh yeah, I'll give you back the old one. I'm sorry, I don't want to be any trouble. This time the guy walked up to me with the second burrito like, hey, you want me to throw away your old one for you? And I was like, nah, man, I'm good. I'll take care of it. And I just kept fucking eating the thing because I was like, I'm not coming back. I'm not going to come back to this fucking... I'm not coming back to this specific Egg Tuck restaurant. I didn't even fucking pay for this meal. I don't give a shit, dude. I'm taking a second burrito. And the first burrito ended up being so filling that I couldn't actually eat it, so I gave the second one to my sister. I hope she enjoyed it. But yeah, after that we walked around a bit. I showed her the concert venue and the big billboard. She did not get it at all, but it was kind of like, whatever. And then then I went to the day 3 after party, at which I drank a bunch, got my photo taken a bunch, which scared the hell out of me. And also, yeah, I also chanted to Taco Takeover yet again. And that was kind of the final, like, I woke up Sunday and my voice basically already sounded what it sounded like on Monday, but I like got it up enough. But I kept screaming. And the end result is that I basically could not speak. Like, I got in the car with my sister drove me to the airport after the party. And also I went to like another meetup afterwards. We got dinner, and I made a bunch of people do shots. This is why I don't drink, is because when I drink, I want other people to drink, and I will buy liquor for the people around me just so I have other people drinking with me. And it costs a lot of money to do that, which is why I don't drink. But back to the point, my sister picked me up, and we all me and her, she drove me to the airport. LAX was surprisingly calm. Honestly, it took a lot longer to get on a fucking shuttle to go to my terminal than it did to actually get through security, which was nice. But yeah, after that, I got on a plane. My plane ride home was one way, nonstop, which was nice. What was not nice was that there was a weird ass old man sitting next to me. I traded an annoying little kid for a fucking weird old man who was like coughing without covering his mouth. And at one point, I was like trying to sleep, and he like reached over me and tried to open like my table, like that's on the chair in front of me. And I like glared at him like, what the fuck are you doing? And he like held up the fucking snacks he'd ordered. He's like, oh, I want an extra table for my snacks. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he receded a bit after that, but I was just like, what the fuck just happened? What just happened? What is going on? Why are people flying to and from LA so fucking weird? But I got home after that, and that was kind of the end of it. I got home, I took a shower, I passed out, and then I woke up with no voice. And I've basically been recovering still. I've still been recovering for the last few days, more or less. It's been rough. It has been a time, that is to be sure. Yeah. It's been yeah. Anyway, that's about the whole concert experience that I can talk about. At least I could obviously talk about more, but if I talk about more, it's going to eventually kind of veer into the territory of doxing me. So I already doxed myself to someone because I like brought up the fact that we watched the same streamer. Like I was in line with folks and I saw someone. I was like, oh shit, that's so and so. I see them in indie streamers chat. So I went over, said hi, and brought it up, and it was kind of funny. And then I saw him in that same indie streamers chat like yesterday. He was like, yeah, I talked to so and so. And the streamer was like, I don't recognize that name. What the hell? Who is that? And I had to basically come up and be like, that was me. I used 2 different names. I'm sorry. Please don't tell anyone how I live. Please don't tell anyone this is how I live. And yeah, that was that. That was the whole experience, basically. It was a fantastic experience. I literally ended that trip thinking like, okay, is there some way I could afford to go to the EN4 concert in July? Could I swing that somehow? And I was talking with a couple other folks, in like line and such about it. And initially I was like, yeah, if I pick up a bunch of extra shifts and, get a second job, I could probably do it. And then we remembered like, oh wait, this is during July, during 4th of July weekend, during Anime Expo, during the World Cup, during the Dodgers game in Los Angeles. And it was kind of like, oh, no, actually, I probably can't afford to do this. And so, yeah, that was something. That was quite the experience. But, if they have a concert in New York again, I'll be there. If they have a concert in Chicago, I will absolutely be there. Please have a Hololive Cover Corporation. Please have EN5 concert in Chicago. Please and thank you. I'd really appreciate it. I'd really appreciate just being able to drive to the concert. Yeah, it was a great time. It was an incredibly good time. And then I got home and I spent more money on things. I spent money on like, I bought some merch, and then bought some other things too. And I'm probably going to get takeout for dinner tonight, and I'm probably not going to go to the gym tonight, quite frankly. I am still so fucking fatigued. I think I want to have like a week of recovery, I will get back to the gym next week. I am on the second Witcher book right now in terms of the audiobooks I listen to when I'm at the gym. And so I'm going to go and listen to that, and that's my motivation to get to the gym, is that I only let myself listen to that book at the gym. Which, speaking of books, book club is on Friday. Book club's in 2 days, guys. Guys, has anyone else read this fucking book I recommended? Guys, I think the other book club member is gonna fucking kill me because this book kind of sucks. Like, guys, I think I'm not gonna make it to debut because I think the book club's gonna fucking execute me in public for recommending this shit. It's not good. It's not looking great, guys. It's looking kind of bleak. Guys, it's looking kind of bleak. I don't know what to do. But yeah, other than that, plenty of good happening still. Debut is coming up very soon. I heard somebody I talked to got COVID. I'm kind of worried. I'm really hoping if I also got COVID, it manifests soon. I might end up having to like take a break, which might work out if I take like a 2-week break leading up to debut, because it would let me just like work on debut that whole time. But I really hope I don't have to, because it'd be really fucked up if I just got COVID right before debut, you know. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what ends up happening. It'll take another week or so for it to manifest. If it does, I can kind of hold out hope still. But, you know, we'll see. But yeah, that was my whole trip. I'm losing a lot of frames for some reason, and I don't know why. And I actually think I have to go talk to my fucking ISP, because they randomly they like doubled my price last month for some reason. So I think tomorrow I need to go to my ISP's local store and be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? And I need to threaten to like switch. I'm gonna text my landlord and be like, hey, can I switch to this ISP? Are they hooked up to our building? And if he says yes, then I think I'm gonna go make a threat. To switch. And we'll see what happens. The ISP I want to switch to is actually the one I originally wanted to go with when I moved here. And I couldn't because they weren't in my area yet. So maybe I end up switching. Maybe it's just like, you know what? Yeah, like, I don't know. I've heard it works if you threaten ISPs with leaving, that they will actually. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll call my bluff, but I don't know. I feel like I have to try, because they kicked my price from $50 a month to $100 a month, and I kind of can't afford that. So I am going to be going and doing a bit of fucking letting my hair get a bit of volume, droop over my side. I'm gonna embrace the Karen in me to really fucking to get this fucking price down, because oh man. Oh man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Anyway, though. Taking a sip of water. That's kind of all I had to yap about, honestly. I yapped about the concert luck faster than I thought I would. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do now that I'm back. I mean, there's obviously book club. I have my next book for next cycle already picked out, and it's an actually really good book that I've read before, so not making the same mistake. I'm never again going to recommend a book I haven't read. But yeah, I am looking forward to it. Oh yeah, today's April Fool's. Fucking, I had a bit planned for April Fool's, but I completely forgot it was going to fall, like, on the day right after I get back, more or less. So I didn't end up being able to do it. So no bit this year. Sorry guys. Sorry guys, there is no bit. There is no bit for April Fools this year. You get nothing. I'm sorry. You don't get a bit this year. This year, bit, none, nada, nothing. Just do a real quick bit. Okay, I can do a quick bit. All right, hang on. I gotta fuck around. I gotta open some shit. God damn it! Where the hell is it? Where the hell is my bit? Where's the bit machine? Where's my great big lever that goes from no bits to bits? The fucking. Where the fuck is it? Where is it? I know I had it somewhere. I might not have this anymore since I moved my PC. It's very possible that this just is no longer present. I guess we are going to find out. Oh, we are going to find out, aren't we? Oh, I might not have it anymore. Oh, I think it's gone. Oh, I think this might just be gone. Yep. Oh yeah, it's gone. It's not here. Yeah, never mind. No, yeah, this, I can't do a bit, guys. I'm sorry. It's literally impossible for me to do a bit because I forgot to save those things. I forgot to save the thing that lets me do the bit. No bit. Sorry, no bit this year. No bits. There's no bits. The bit machine is broken. Sorry. Come back next year. Come back next year and you can have a bit. You can have a bit next year. At least I try. I did try. I did my best. I did my best to do a bit. Did y'all know that Spider-Man was at the Drawn to Dawn concert? Did y'all see that on... I don't know if that got posted on Twitter that much. Spider-Man was at the Drawn to Dawn concert. I took a photo of him. You guys want to see Spider-Man? You guys want to see Spider-Man? Hang on. Spider-Man was there. Spider-Man was there. Hang on. Look. It's Spider-Man. He was across the street from the concert line. Spider-Man showed up at the concert on day one. I don't know what he was doing up there. I don't know what he was doing in LA. That's not the right city. He's not, that's the wrong coast for Spider-Man to be on. But you know, it was pretty funny seeing. It's just, I just heard, when I was standing in line, I just heard somebody yell, "Holy shit, it's Spider-Man!" And then like everyone in line turned and saw this fucking guy climbing up the stoplight and hanging off of it. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? LA's crazy. Why the fuck is Spider-Man here? What the hell? What the fuck? It's Spider-Man. Oh my god. And everyone was getting pictures of Spider-Man, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty great. Everyone loves Spider-Man. Everyone loves seeing that white boy. Yeah, that was the one other thing of note that happened. Other than that, that was it. That was it. That was that's everything I can talk about. I wish I could talk about more, but unfortunately, there's genuinely just like nothing more I can talk about without doxing myself rather severely. So I guess I'll ask how everyone else's week. How's it been since I went away? Did I miss any? I basically wasn't on Twitter, actually, too. So I missed I missed all the Twitter drama. I missed all the new bits. I missed being terribly online. Oh, God. I was fucking touching grass. I was touching grass for like the entire weekend. I missed all the bits. Guys, did I miss any bit? I got on Twitter, and for the first time in like 2 years, I saw a bit I didn't get. What the fuck is casino butter? Guys, can you tell me what the casino butter bit is? I don't know. I've been offline. I don't know the bits. Oh god. But how has everyone been? You know? What's been going on other than that? What's been happening? Nothing to say. Quiet chat today. Okay, that's fine. I can yap about things. I can do that. I can fuck around. I can do bits. I don't have bits, but I can do bits. What? Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side.